in chat is still going crazy.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, I think I got it. Okay. So,
Also, pretty sure that Shayna Baszler loves me. Just you know. Oh snap! Are we live?
Well, here we go. Welcome to the new episode of Scheduled for One Fall. We just had and wow, I'm already speechless. But Val, how are you doing tonight? You know, it's very late, so
It is. It's fine though. It's really not very late. I just pulled out of the Full Sail University parking lot. I just left NXT. So yeah. So don't worry. Hands free is the way to be. I have my ear set in. So we're kind of kicking it old school, like when I used to commute back and forth to Milwaukee all the time when we'd record. So, you know, a little tear in my eye. Props to La Flama Blanca and Black Market Ivan for days on. Much love to the two of them.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, of course, you're not in Chicago anymore. You're in your second home as of right now. And you pretty much been watching and being a part of like a lot of wrestling that happened last week. So can you please tell the people what the fuck you saw and how awesome it was or whatever?
Well, okay. So, you know, I know it was Thanksgiving, but I like to call it WrestleGiving because I was so thankful for all the wrestling that I was given a few days prior to Thanksgiving. I went and did all 4 of the WWE shows. So, of course, Friday night SmackDown, Saturday night was War Games, Sunday night was Survivor Series, and Monday night was Raw. And also, might I add, I worked a freelance show that Friday night as well.
Yes, right,
5 shows in 4 days. Took a day off to do some heat pressing and such at Pro Wrestling Tees. Then Wednesday, I did Wednesday Night Dynamite. And then, you know, took 2 days off and then did AEW at Logan Square Auditorium and watched.
That's right.
The triumphant return of Super ACH, which, dudes, did I not say that I was like telling everybody, I was like, as soon as he got that Texas book in, I said it. I was like,
said it.
Lupe Fiasco at Logan Square Auditorium. No way, we're not. And then all of a sudden that song hit and everybody lost their shit. It was cool. It's so cool.
That's crazy.
It was super. I would say it was super. And that night was headlined by a really stellar match between Jessica Havoc and Chris Statlander for the women's AEW championship, the AEW Women's Championship. Jessica Havoc retained, but it was still a stellar showing from our interstellar boss alien, Chris Statlander. It was really good. But yeah, it was so much delicious, good wrestling, and I was eating it up left and right. I was in Lady Mark heaven. I mean, I was seeing people, my friend Vinnie Mac and I, of course, we went to all 4 shows at the at the Allstate Arena, Rosemont Horizon RIP.
Yes.
And, you know, a bunch of friends from all over the country that, like, we only see at the big WWE shows were in town. My buddy Nick that I met in Texas and Austin, like, he was in town for AEW, for Dynamite. Like, it's cool how wrestling just brings everybody together. So for me, it was, like, one of my absolute favorite weeks of the year is when we get, like, the 4 shows plus all the little shows that are around it, you know? It was a good time. So we got shows of major market wrestling, right? And then we had freelance and AAW bookending it. It was perfect. So that's what I've been.
Like, Chicago, you know, I'm just going to say it, man. Chicago might be the mecca of sports entertainment right now. Like,
we are so spoiled. It's not even funny.
Yes, indeed. So, man. So now you're back. You just came back from watching NXT live and stuff like that. But before we get to all of that stuff, and I heard it was really good, I want to talk about Jim Cornette. You know, of course, we know that he got fired he resigned. Yes, he didn't get fired. I wish he would have got fired, but he resigned. And, you know, I think it was today. I was going through Twitter and I see NWA, they post this 20-second clip of their other announcer, the one that was on play-by-play with Jim Cornette, pretty much thanking Cornette for his time in NWA, which to me is crazy to begin with, because he said some very racist shit.
And he says very backwards shit all the time, dude. And it's okay. So I really want to support Power River because I enjoy it. I watch it all the time when I'm heat pressing your John Moxley Undisputed Violence t-shirts, or Unscripted Violence. Sorry. A little bit of the bubbly when we're packing those shirts up. Like, I have it on and I'm listening to it. I watch it, as I'm like stuffing 8x10s. Like, I enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely. It's old school. It's brilliant. It's hilarious. It allows the performers to kind of breathe, if that makes any sense. It's not so structured and scripted. It doesn't come across that way to me. And seeing women like Thunder Rosa get to do what they love for a living, like, that blows my mind. Getting to see Colt Cabana. And then, you have this backward jackass. Just, ugh. The fact that he resigned and he didn't get fired, that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of shocked when, they just said, oh, he resigned. It's kind of like, all right, and I get it. I know he has a lot of history with the company and stuff like that, but I felt like they didn't do the right thing. But I feel
like if anything, it kind of made it worse, because it gave him the out to take like this high road out of nowhere, that suddenly he's got a moral compass that decided, well, what I said was wrong. You know what I mean?
He'll be back.
I don't doubt it. I understand why they did it. I just don't agree with why they did it. Like, I get it. Yeah. They're trying to say, oh, he's old school in the lineage and the history and him developing the territories. And why, that's all good and great. And he did help develop wrestling in many ways. It doesn't excuse somebody from being an ignorant piece of garbage,
Yeah. And,
so
that was trash. And, but they did replace Jim Cornette with Stu Bennett, aka Wade Barrett. Personally, I can't say that's a good move because I haven't seen Wade Barrett do commentary. So I don't know if he's good or not, but anyone's better than fucking Jim Cornette. So,
Well, I will say that I have enjoyed. Whoa, Copper's on.
Uh-oh.
It's not for me, dude. It's not for you. Are they coming for you, man? No, I'm paying a toll. Citizens of America, I'm paying our tolls in Florida.
Oh, good.
Dude, I told you this was going to be old school. I'm fucking driving my car and recording a podcast. Hey, stay in the vehicle. Cool. Thank you, Florida. Anyway, so he was always entertaining and engaging when he was on the mic. You know how they often have The Miz will do commentary during a match, or Charlotte will, or Paige when she was still wrestling full time. I always enjoyed him when he was on the mic in those instances, so I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen, but at the same time, I'm still kind of wary about making sure I watch Power River every night now after this whole thing, so I don't know.
But I guess if you don't watch Power, you can always watch Monday Night Raw live on USA. For me, it would be 5 p.m. For you, it would be 7.
Unless I'm here, then it's 8.
Yeah, 8, yes. So, like I said, I gleamed through Raw, so I guess I'll just read through some of the, well, not some of them, all of the results. And only thing I remember at the beginning, I think Seth Rollins came out and wanted to apologize to the whole WWE roster about basically talking shit the other day or the other week. AOP came out and said they wanted to fight, I think, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, and then we got Kevin Owens saying bullshit on TV. I guess that's like the new thing,
Yeah.
We can say shit.
Do you remember when NYPD Blue came out on television? Can we talk about how old I am, by the way?
I mean, I'm up there with you, so yes, I do remember. It was a great show.
It was a great show, but do you remember how, edgy they were because they showed Andy Sipowitz's ass. And by the way, nobody wants to see Dennis Franz's ass. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they do. I'm not here to shame the guy. He was in Die Hard too, so he's doing better than me.
Yeah.
But they said bullshit and asshole at least once a show or once every other show. There's like a certain amount of times that you're allowed to swear at a certain time of night, and it's edgy. So I think that, they're doing that to kind of make it edgy and to get the people behind Kevin Owens a la Stone Cold Steve Austin vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So, long story short, Kevin Owens did not fight with Seth Rollins and against AOP. Instead, Bobby Lashley with Lana came out, and I'm ready for this to end.
Kevin Owens, Lana signed a 5-year contract. So
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, for a while, babe.
Yeah. So, Kevin Owens defeated Bobby Lashley, and I want to say at the end of the match, I think Rusev came out and attacked Bobby, and the police were supposed to be watching, but they didn't. And I think Bobby and Lashley was telling the cops, like, hey, you guys are supposed to be doing your job, blah, blah, blah. And then they turn around and they arrest him. Number one, I want to say that's really racist. Wrestling while black. I can't believe it. I'm just joking.
Is that a
people.
crime?
I'm just joking,
man.
people. I don't want people to come to my mention and say anything. It was a joke. Haha. I'm a part-time comedian. Lana then.
Is that a new thing? I thought you were just a black guy that likes wrestling.
I'm definitely, that is number one. That is number one. But part-time comedian on Twitter from time to time is number two. So, Lana slaps the cop. She gets arrested as well. They get taken off or whatever. Then we had Drew McIntyre, defeating, Akira Tozawa. Number one, I thought I would never see this match. I kind of want to see more of this, even though I know they had, Drew McIntyre just beating the shit out of Tozawa, but it's good to see what the WWE is doing. Like, I kind of get it. I'm seeing right now, WWE is kind of like, it reminds me of like 1996 Raw. And what I mean by that is that, back then you had like at least 2 or 3 matches with superstar versus like a jobber or local talent. We're getting a lot of that now. And also we're getting like, I guess high card, I guess that's what you would call it, like main eventers going up like against low carders. Upper carders are going against like lower card guys. So, I appreciate it. And, we had Aleister Black defeating Tony Nese, which I thought was another surprise, seeing Tony Nese and Aleister Black mixed it up. But someone got to get the black mask, and Tony Nese was the lucky guy. And this is what I found so funny about how this show was booked, because after Aleister Black left, Zelina Vega came out with Andrade to defeat the once, I thought he was going to do great things in NXT. With Sanity, and he's lower card now. So Andrade defeated Eric Young.
Yeah,
Eric Young. Oh man, Kyle Busch somehow defeated R-Truth to win the 24/7 Intercontinental 7-Eleven Championship, or what he would call it. Eric Rowan defeated No Way Jose. And I don't know what's in the cage that Rowan has. It's a very big cage. I'm just going to say like a baby crocodile or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I am in Florida, so maybe it is.
Cause I don't see him carrying a snake. Unless, what if it's like a fucking like raccoon or a possum or something like.
What if it's like a feral ferret? I feel like people either really love or really hate ferrets. They're like, there is no middle ground. Like, I enjoy ferrets. I think they're very cute. I don't know that I would ever own one or ever keep one as a pet. But people get really creeped out of them because they're kind of rodent-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they?
What are they? What family do they come from?
I don't know. They're cool with me.
I like ferrets.
So, in Val, I have to say, I am so happy that I cannot call this next match a piss break match. This match is probably one of my favorite wrestling matches I've seen this year. That includes everything from AEW, NXT UK, NXT. This Kabuki Warriors against Charlotte Flair match was incredible. It reminded me so much of kind of like an action movie. Like they were just beating the shit out of each other and like they were trying to like kill Charlotte, but Charlotte just kept, rising up to the occasion. And then of course they got the win, but like I felt really good and I thought here go a fucking handicap match. Like it is, alright, we know what's going to happen, but I was completely shocked. This was by far the best match on Monday Night Raw to me on Monday.
I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Well, I know you're all for Charlotte Flair, so I thought, once again, Asuka and Kairi Sane and Charlotte Flair, thank you for that match. That was wonderful.
Well, I was going to say, when you were saying that it reminded you of, and you said an action movie, I was going to say why these are three of the best wrestlers in the game, because it was awesome.
Yeah, it was fucking incredible. That's all I have. It was incredible. I did not turn the TV. I stayed glued to my seat. I was cooking and I think I almost burnt what I was making because I was watching this match, and very incredible. The Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar defeated Mark Sterling and Mitchell Lyons. Don't know who they are, but I'm pretty sure they're really popular in their wherever WWE was. I want to say they were like in Nashville or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Tennessee, somewhere like super south. The OC.
Not Birmingham, Alabama. Where were they?
Not that. Oh no. I think they were. Let me look up. Let me see. They were in Nashville. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. So they were in the hometown of Lana and Rusev, where they reside. Where was I? Okay. The OC. They defeated Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo. Okay, see, well, they got it spelled wrong. Okay. Him, Rey Mysterio, and Ricochet in a 6-man tag, which, of course, I think the OC will get the win on this. I guess it doesn't hurt like Rey Mysterio or Ricochet, and I'm pretty sure they're still pushing Humberto, so we'll see what happens with that. And that was the main event. That's why I was kind of shocked, like Raw just went off, like I didn't expect that to be the main event, but we did get a dark match with Becky Lynch defeating Kairi Sane for the Raw Women's Championship. Decent show. I thought it was decent. Thought it was okay. What did you think?
I mean, I only watched clips of it because I'm down here in Orlando, and I was thinking that hanging out with my favorite mouse was probably cool.
That's way more important. I want to tell you that right now.
Well, since I'm here with two friends that while they enjoy wrestling, it's not like their thing. So you know what I mean. I was just watching some of the clips, but yeah, I also just watched I don't know, 7 shows in 8 days or something like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've been, oh man, I'm telling you, you are the number one Lady Mark. And I gotta find a way to make a trophy for you.
For what now?
Yeah, for you, yeah. Yeah,
Why?
I'm gonna look into it. I gotta get you a Lady Mark trophy. I have to get you one. We'll keep it at home. We won't bring it to the events. I don't want you walking around like those neckbeards with their fucking titles and shit like that.
Well, you're acting like I would defend it 24/7. I would fuck it up like its name was R-Truth.
That is true. But I'm gonna find a way to get that made. Lady Mark, and it's gonna be you flexing. You're gonna be the thing on the thing. So we're gonna figure it out.
I'm into it.
Alright, so I guess All right, so that was pretty much it. How about this? Okay, how about I try to go through AEW
Okay.
and explain what I saw, and oh man, I think I'm about to get very critical about some
Uh-oh.
things. And some
Uh-oh.
things, look, I'll do this, and then of course you were actually at NXT,
I
so
was. I
you
was
would
in,
know.
which is
Yeah.
hilarious because I was at AEW last week and I was at NXT this week. And actually, shout out to my boy Kevin Kellum. He just did really awesome interviews with John Moxley and Chris
Oh
Jericho.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So WKQX in Chicago. Look him up. Check him out. Kevin Kellum. So he went down to Champaign tonight, and he had actually asked me. He goes, "Hey, do you want to go?" Because he knows that obviously Lady Mark.
Yeah.
And I was also hoping that maybe Matt Nix would get on the show again.
I know, man. That was incredible. Yes.
Cool.
Yes, I
How
popped.
Cool. I
popped.
was ready to cry because of the crowd chanting freelance wrestling, BT dubs.
That
Anyway.
is crazy. Yeah, like I was like, what the fuck? Cause I didn't watch it live. I watched, like the YouTube recap or whatever. And, cause I read the results first. And number one, a lot of these websites, you guys are foul because they didn't even say his name. That's why I didn't know. They were just like Cody Rhodes against local competitor. So I didn't know who it was until I watched it.
Yeah. And then you messaged me like, holy shit, Matt Nix, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, cause I was living in the moment, bro.
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
Me and Nix were heat pressing the other day at Pro Wrestling Tees. And I was like, hey, dude, guess what? You made Wrestle Talk. And he goes, what? And I'm like, my boys, Wrestle Talk, support Wrestle Talk. And he goes, oh, yeah. Because I listen to him like every day at work.
Yeah.
And I go, Ollie Davis called you Grimace, like from McDonald's. And he was like, no way. He was so excited. He goes, local competitor. And then he's like, don't you mean, somebody said the purple something. I think Luke Owen said something about purple. And then Ollie Davis was like, I thought it was Grimace from McDonald's. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I popped. Like, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm watching, and my girlfriend's next to me, and I'm like watching AEW and working on music, and then I see the tights. I know those tights. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. That guy looks familiar. I know that haircut. I know that guy. That is Matt Nix. And, I definitely popped out. But yeah, so that was then. This is this week. And boy.
Oh no.
Okay. First of all, let me just get the bullshit out of the way. First of all, the audio for this show stunk to high hell. Whoever.
I kept it on Twitter.
Yeah. Whoever is running the sound truck, if you were, you're probably going to lose your job. I hope not. But it was very horrible. And they were very late on I don't give a fuck because we're all grown. But I believe Santana told someone to suck his, you know what, and they didn't bleak it out.
His sock or his friend Rick?
Rick.
Okay. All right. At least he didn't say to suck his sock because that would be gimmick infringement.
Yeah, that would. Yeah. So, I had to get that out the way. Number 2, please retire Jim Ross, please. That's all I'm asking. Okay. Number 3, I've been seeing these commercials for AEW Dynamite, and they're pretty much blasting NXT in the ad, whatever. I think that's trash because from what I'm looking at, NXT has won the rating award like the last 2 weeks, and not to mention, and this is embarrassing, that I feel like Chris Jericho sold more bottles of bubbly than that was in the fucking Sears Center.
Yeah.
The attendance is going down. The shows have been decent. They haven't been like, I feel like they haven't done anything since Full Gear. They haven't done anything. So with that being said, I want to go through some stuff. And, no, one more thing. And this is, I guess I can wait through it happened in the show tonight, which kind of pissed me off because someone's a liar. Okay, so the first match was Dustin Rhodes and the Young Bucks. Those boys taking advantage. Going up against Sammy Guevara, Santana, and not Santana, Santana. My bad. Yeah, I watched the Chris Van Vliet interview not that long ago. So
good? It was so good.
Yeah, was definitely good. So Santana and Ortiz, and of course, who won that? Let me scroll down. Oh, Dustin Rhodes and the Young Bucks won via pinfall. So pretty sure it was a good match, I guess. I recall seeing Dustin wearing gear like the Young Bucks. So he had on like the tassels and all that stuff, whatever works for you.
That, though, to be honest with you, like, yeah. I think it's ridiculous, but that's kind of what I'm here for, so.
Yeah. We had Trent with Chuck Taylor and of course Orange Cassidy against Phoenix.
Best friends.
Yes, the best friends.
Best friends.
Unfortunately for them, they did not get the win. Phoenix got the win. Let me see. They talk more about the Blade and the Butcher, but no one really gives a fuck, really. And the crowd in Chicago didn't even know who they were. You know.
That is true. I gotta give props to one of my coworkers at Pro Wrestling Tees. Mariah, she does all the sorting of all the shirts that come in. She's in the Kick-Ass documentary, like the mini doc that was done about Pro Wrestling Tees. She and I were like the only two in our area that knew what was going on when Blade and the Butcher came out with Allie, with Bunny.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knew who they were. And we were like, oh my god, it's Dark Bunny. Oh my god, it's Dark Bunny. Yes, Bunny. And they were like, who is that? And I was like, it's Bunny. And Mariah and I were just yelling, it's Bunny. And people, and they were like, who? We were like, Allie. And they were like, oh, like, and they still had no idea. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. So, yeah, that happened. And, like I said, no one knew who the fuck they were. And I guess they brought them up again. I guess it was like a big long promo with Cody and, MJF. And he mentioned the Blade and the Butcher and, said he was going to give them a match and they can even pick his partner. So, I'm going to assume they're either going to pick MJF or they're going to pick, or it wouldn't make sense for fucking Marty Scurll to be his partner. I know his contract just expired with Ring of Honor, but I don't think he would.
He's doing one more show with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's happened yet.
But I think it's more of a handshake kind of deal. Like, all right, yeah, I'll do the show type thing. Yeah. 'Cause it kind of reminds me of same thing with Cody.
Yeah.
You know, so and wow, this is embarrassing because I'm looking up the results and this Nimrod, whoever typed this, did not finish the results. So, I don't have nothing at the moment, but I do remember, okay, this is why I would say, okay. Jericho, and I thought this was fucking photoshopped. I thought it was photoshopped, but it seems like Jericho has a list again.
Oh.
He has a list.
Not a stupid gimmick?
Okay, and this is the same guy, if I'm not mistaken, right? He said, all that stuff is in the past. If you want list Jericho, you gotta go back to 2016 and, and yet here we are in 2019 again. And it's called the Lexicon of Le Champion. So, I don't get it. I guess he made a list of the people that, he won't fight or whatever. And,
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much stupid. And, yeah, you just have to watch it. My thing is, they were talking so much shit. Jericho was talking so much shit. Kenny Omega, all those guys, they were talking shit. And talking about WWE, this weird alternative. But I turn on AEW tonight and it's the same shit that I would see on WWE. Just on TNT. It's the same shit.
I gotta be honest, I was at the Festival of Friendship, because remember when the Cubs actually won the World Series in 2016,
Oh, how
right?
could I not forget that?
Yeah, right. So, since I've been 21, so 2 decades now, whenever I'm in
What, really?
Vegas, yes.
I
So
told you,
whenever,
dog, we gotta stop saying your age on the show. Jeez.
okay, okay, all right, I'll try. So anyway, so for 1 year since I turned 21,
Mm-hmm.
um, I, did I go the wrong way? Oh, maybe I went the wrong way. Maybe I went to Hollywood Studios. Whoops, daisy.
Oh,
Okay, yep, definitely went the wrong way. Oh,
that's
cool.
all good. You're okay. You're in Florida. You're straight. You're good. No.
Anyway, so I definitely went the wrong way here. Good job, me. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I always place a bet on the World Series
Mm-hmm.
to for the Cubs to win, and clearly that never paid out. Never paid out. Never, 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 never.
That's
And
unfortunate.
yeah, until 2016. So I had to go and cash in my winning World Series gambling ticket, right? Not that I would
Mm-hmm.
ever do anything illegal. It was legal to gamble. I did it in Las Vegas. And so I ended up going the week that it was the Festival of Friendship. Like, that was just kind of, it just happened to be that week. So I went, and it was cool, and I saw it live, and it was so much fun. And when the whole betrayal thing happened, it was like crazy. Everything was perfect. And then I was there last week, and boy, howdy, if it wasn't almost the same exact thing. Like, there wasn't
Yeah.
a betrayal, but it was the same setup, the same spiel. And so I thought about it. I was like, wow, this is really like almost a carbon copy of Festival of Friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Like,
is. Yeah.
so you're kind of not wrong that they're just kind of going over the same gimmicks.
Yeah, and you know what? It now, all them people was talking shit about WWE. You see how hard it is to write shows every week, And I get it, there's the new guys on the block or whatever, but the show's been fucking stinking. And, I get it, they've been kind of stretching it out. That's why you see a lot of these tag teams are now doing fucking single matches. Like, Phoenix against Trent earlier, and then we had, Pentagon Jr., defeating Christopher Daniels. First of all, Christopher Daniels, you probably gotta hang it up. It might be time. It might be time to hang it up. It was a botch. He did, but the way he landed, it was kind of like he just didn't care. Like, it's kind of like one of those old man thuds, I guess.
No.
And yeah, and it's over with. Just be an agent. I know he has a big role backstage, talent relations. But I think it's, pass that torch over to Scorpio Sky and get it over with. The main event happened to be, John Moxley, a guy that's been, kind of everywhere in every interview. He defeated Joey Janela in the main event. And at the end, Jericho came out and they had a stare down again. So I think they're still teasing, Moxley versus Jericho. Now, me included, what I've been seeing on Twitter is that this was the worst AEW, I guess, episode.
Dynamite?
Yeah, this was the worst AEW Dynamite since, its, incarnation. So, you didn't miss nothing. Just when you get home or when you get to your room, or whenever you get some time, just go to YouTube and just watch it. Cause you don't even have to watch the whole thing. Like it wasn't memorable. It kind of, you know what? It looked like a overproduced episode of Velocity. WWE Velocity back in
Yeah. I was like, whoa, what decade, bro?
Yeah, so I've seen WCW Thunder levels on Twitter, And these are not people, you know, we have people that are pro WWE and pro AEW, and you know, everyone's like a gang. Everyone has their, you know, their alliance.
Right.
But I've been seeing a lot of AEW buddies of mine are like, man, this shit is not looking good. Like, NXT is blowing us out the fucking water, and, you know, they're saying it too. They're like, man, you know, we watched maybe the first hour of AEW or 30 minutes of AEW, and then we're turning it to NXT, and we're just watching Keith Lee and Finn Balor and all those guys, you know.
Dude,
so,
that was sick. That meme was sick.
Yeah,
it was so good.
While we're talking about NXT, you were there. Like, how was it? What happened? Because I saw like little bits and clips of it.
Okay. Do you want to? Since I'm driving, will you just like throw out matches? Because I know some of the stuff that I saw.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I saw wasn't actually even on TV, and so I don't want to like.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know what? You're very smart. See, a neckbeard, he would just say whatever. Oh, this is what happened, and this person came back, and yeah, you know. So yeah.
Yes, that is exactly what I would sound like if I was a neckbeard.
Yes. Okay. So we had a match with Pete Dunne versus Killian Dane.
Okay, so first and foremost, the crowd at NXT shows in Full Sail University. I know everybody's saying they got to move out of there, da-da-da-da. No, they do not. They don't have to do shit. That crowd is electric and amazing every single time. And it's like 500-600 people. And that's it. But they are so hot for every single match, and they are so amped, and they know every single second of every single one of these performers. And they're just amped at all times. Except for this match. They were not happy with this match. So many people, I felt like, were like, are we seeing this again? Really? Are we seeing this again? And honestly, it kind of felt like that. And I know part of the hiccup was because Punishment Martinez is like out with injury at this time. So perhaps it would have been more, you know, Martinez versus Dane, but it was Dunne versus Dane. And I gotta say, the crowd was done with this matchup. I enjoyed the match, but I really like Pete Dunne, so I had a good time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really, how do we put this? Intense chants regarding body hair.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to come across on the broadcast because I don't know what spots, you know, what chants happened during what spots of what was actually televised versus what was just on, like what was just happening in the crowd. But there was actually a chant at one point where the crowd started saying, "Nikki's gonna shave you."
Nikki's gonna shave. Wow. That is.
Yeah.
That's a funny one. If I was a wrestler, if I was him, I would probably laugh at that one. That one would have got me.
He gave the crowd shit right back though. Like, props to him. It was pretty funny. It was definitely pretty funny. Yeah. It was pretty humorous.
So who won that match?
Boy, that's a good question. I don't even know right now.
Killian Dane.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Killian Dane. They hit the ground so often in front of me. It was like, how are they both alive? It was insane.
And then, oh man, my bad for cutting you off. I just saw the next. I saw the next match. We might have some beef. Val.
Are we breaking up? What's going on?
Man, so Shayna Baszler went against my girl knows. Like, I got a thing for Miss Lee.
The beautiful Asian women, yes.
Yes. So yeah.
Soft. They had a really kick-ass video package, which I don't know if they played it on the broadcast or not, but it's dope. They did this. They cut this thing with Josiah, who's like kind of the hype man for NXT, and he's the one that whenever they have like that dude with the glasses rapping.
Yeah, Josiah Williams. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look, I'm black. I know who Josiah Williams is.
That's racist. Like,
that is.
What?
Yeah,
because you're black, you know every black person on the planet. Well, I guess I'm Jewish and I know all Jews, but
you do.
Anyway, anyhow, my friend, no, so Josiah, like, did this piece, and it was cool that they actually showed him too. It wasn't just him, like, rapping over her, video package. Like, they actually cut him into it too, which I thought was rad, because I feel like a lot of times it's just him, spitting, and they're not showing him. But there was a tight video package, so I don't know if they showed it, but it was really awesome, and it got me hyped, and Zia looked great. But you can only look so good when you're up against Shayna Baszler, and I was damn proud wearing her shirt tonight. I had my red and black flannel. I was throwing up the Queen of Spades. I've broken my finger so many times I can hardly even do that. It's really pathetic when I try, but it's funny. Mm-hmm. And so me and Izzy bum rushed the barricade because I couldn't. I just grabbed her. I was like, let's go. I couldn't even control it. I'm just like, it's Shayna Baszler. We're doing this. And yeah, so it was awesome. It was a good match, I thought. I also think Zia Lee had a really good showing against Baszler. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's good for Zia because I feel like they're going to start pushing her.
I hope so. I hope so. Cause, yeah, I hope so. I would definitely buy her shirt. But anywho, the Forgotten Sons.
Oh yeah, see, I forgot about this one.
Yeah, the Forgotten Sons, they took on two guys from Evolve, Enhancement Talent, Leon Ruff and Adrian Atlantis. Of course, we know who won that one.
The guys from AR Fox's crew?
I think so. I want to say, the Leon guy is, but I don't want to, be out here lying. So the Forgotten Sons, they won that match, of course. Then you had Dakota Kai taking on Rhea Ripley, who I think is probably going to be the next biggest thing in women's wrestling, as far as the WWE NXT umbrella. I want it to be Rhea Ripley. I think.
Yeah, I mean she's already on the way, dude.
I want it to be Baszler. But then I put age into factor of that. And I think Rhea's 23, super fucking young and shit like that. And she had a great showing at War Games, Survivor Series, and, also, their interaction at the NXT after Survivor Series or whatever, where she came out there and kind of they kind of backed out of the ring, the three horsewomen, mm-hmm. I guess. So let's see who won this match. Let's see. It doesn't look like they fought. Dakota Kai and Rhea Ripley. Okay, let's see. Cassius Oh No versus Matt Riddle. Man.
Okay. So that was surreal. So they put on this video of Cassius Ohno, who's talking about himself like he's from London, like he's from England, because the UK stuff that he's been doing, the NXT UK work, mm-hmm. and it was just really interesting because the crowd really hates him now. At NXT, the crowd was not happy. They were not
crazy. You would think that he would be one of the loved ones.
Yeah, but I think it's because he's playing the part of a prick. He's basically saying, oh, the NXT is beneath me.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting vibe.
Yeah. So, let's see, what do we have here? Matt Riddle won. Okay. Which I kind of figured, they wouldn't give Cassius Oh No the love. And then we got Kushida, he fought. He went against Raul Mendoza. And of course let's see, wait a minute, maybe he didn't, because now it says Kushida against Karen Grimes, who was Trevor Lee, I believe.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say that. So they hyped Kushida's return. Can we just real quick, that Riddle Ono match was actually pretty good. So
I'll have to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty solid, and Cassius Ohno had this t-shirt that I think I want to buy. It's it says Cassius Ohno Wrestling Genius. I thought it was pretty funny. It was pretty good. He's just trying to be a smarmy prick rather than everybody's like hero, as it were. But so definitely watch that match if you got some time. And so they were hyping the return of Kushida. It was weird. Like, some people were really into it, and some people were like, who? So it's interesting to see what they're going to do with Kushida, because I don't know if it's just because he was out for a little bit right when he got there, so the WWE Universe doesn't really know him, but, like, I don't know. I think he's going to go over well. But eventually, yeah, it was Cameron Grimes and his magical hat that ended up coming out.
Yeah.
So no match really happened. But.
Okay, so then we had Undisputed Era versus Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Dominic Dijakovic. Is that how you say his name?
Dijakovic.
Dijakovic, okay. Because he was Dijak for a little bit.
He was Donovan Dijak. And yes. now he's Dominic Dijakovic. So I'm just like driving around Star Wars, just, you know. I just wanted you to know.
I'm not surprised. But I heard this.
I'm gonna be there in like 4 hours. I'm going home to pack because I gotta go home to Chicago, and then I'm gonna go stand outside Galaxy's Edge and wait for the new ride to open because I'm that guy.
Hold on, wait a minute. So you're leaving tonight?
No, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow.
But I'm going home to my hotel right now to pack and put all my shit in the car so I can drive straight to the airport from Hollywood Studios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the new Rise of the Resistance opens up tomorrow, and you're gonna act like I'm not gonna go to it, please.
And I will be in tune on your IG because your IGs be like 3 hours long, and I watch them because I want to feel like I'm at Disney as well. So
that's why I do it, though. I don't want to. You know me. I don't want to be. I hate the fucking internet. Like, I like talking about wrestling on it, but that's about it. But people are always like, thank you so much for posting your IGs. And I'm like, eventually I should just do a YouTube thing and just put that shit on there. But, you know, that's too much work. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I can barely talk about wrestling on a podcast. Let's be real, people. Anyway. So.
So the winners of that was Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa, and Dominic Dijakovic. I think I got it right. It was close, a little bit. Next week will be a triple threat to crown the number one contender for Adam Cole, which will be Ciampa, Balor, and Keith Lee. And I know that is going to be a crazy match. And already, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I don't think AEW has anything next week for me to personally tune in to watch over fucking Balor, Lee, and Ciampa. That's just me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll get the whole AEW roster doing their finish on Hulk Hogan or something. Maybe I might tune in for that. But
well, and also I'm already planning on coming back down here again because on the 18th they have 2 crazy matches that I don't want to miss, and so I'm gonna hang out with my friends at Full Sail on the 18th of December because Shayna Baszler, Rhea Ripley.
That's like I kind of want to say that's like almost an NXT takeover worthy type show. Like, it's not a takeover, but like, it's like a big show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't mean, it's a big show.
It's a legend. You know, I'm not going to lie. I will, I hate to admit this, but when I was a teenager and, when the Big Show first came to, you know, WWE or whatever, and his theme music, I always thought he sung that song. I always thought that was him in the booth recording, like singing and yelling, but you know, but anywho, and you know what's so crazy?
Also, just so you know, it's not crazy because I always wonder if I were him, I would absolutely be like, well, I'm the Big Show.
I'm pretty
and like,
sure
whatever.
He probably do. You probably.
You know what I mean? Like, don't you think? Wouldn't you? I would.
I would. Yeah, if I was 7'4", 3 something.
I do that already, and I'm not even the Big Show.
Yeah. You know, I should start doing that. I should start just calling myself the Big Show. Maybe
Be like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. Well, in my
it's
neighborhood, I
so.
can't be yelling like that. I think I've only seen like 2 other black dudes over here, so
Oh no.
yeah, I got it. Don't worry, I'll be back in Chicago this month. So,
Okay,
but
good.
but
Are you gonna be in town next week by any chance? Because I'm ring announcing at freelance. Just saying.
unfortunately, no, I won't be there until like the 26th, like the day after Christmas and stuff, cause I gotta, like my son's birthday is on the 27th, so I gotta like do it, I guess what the kids say, do it big, get lit, you know, with my son who turned
Yeah.
17.
Oh, there
And,
you go.
yeah, so, and then of course I'll be in pretty much Chicago from, I want to say the 26th all the way until like January, like 20th. So
Oh,
I'm gonna be around for a while. I'm gonna be around for a minute.
well,
For a minute.
that's good to know. But
So
yeah, this killer main event, man, it was insane.
yeah, like it seems like it was crazy. I haven't watched it yet. I am going to, as soon as I, have some of my lettuce and I can sit down and actually like, focus on wrestling. But, I mean, that's pretty much all we got to talk about. Like we've done it all this week. You've been traveling. I've been like locked in my house like a madman doing music and stuff. And we got the show done. Like, holy shit. Like this is very short. It's not even an hour.
I
Not
know.
even an hour.
I know. I've been driving around lost at Disney World for almost that long.
That is unfortunate. I need to
It's
put that
okay.
on the shirt. I need to put that on the shirt. I don't know.
There's worse things I've done while recording this podcast. So, yeah.
I don't
No,
even want to know. But
yeah. Oh, but at the end of the show tonight, it was really sick. And also, get well soon, Bobby Fish. They
oh
keep
yeah,
saying
yeah,
it's a
for
knee
sure.
injury. I gotta be honest, dude. I think he fucked his knee up at War Games
I think
because
so
he had
too.
a hard time getting out of that cage. And then they only had him for like a split second on NXT that next show. No, I think he fucked his knee up at War Games, and they're saying neck injury so that way people don't think it's a knee injury because he's been plagued by knee injuries, unfortunately, for a while. But I
No,
love
I'm
that they
with you.
brought the belt out, that Undisputed Era brought the belt out. Roderick Strong carried it over his shoulder since, he helped defend it last week in
Yeah.
Bobby Fish's steed, which was cool. And the crowd, man, the crowd fucking loves Keith Lee, and I cannot blame them. I do not blame them whatsoever.
Oh
Also,
yeah,
I think
bask in
that,
his glory.
yeah, dude, bask in his glory. I think that I think WWE really likes Keith Lee, more importantly, because Finn Balor popped up out of nowhere. He did his like little I'm wearing black jeans and a black t-shirt and I'm a ninja and here I am, I'm gonna fuck up your world. And then
Yeah.
like next thing you know, Keith Lee is whooping ass. And Keith Lee took out everybody, like Finn Balor. Like, how do you take out Finn Balor?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
at Full Sail on NXT. I know that they didn't perhaps utilize him in the best of ways on the main roster, but how are you going to take down Prince Devitt on NXT? Like that says that WWE, I think, has a lot of stock invested in Keith Lee.
I hope so.
Man,
Cause, he's like really incredible and, he does a lot. Like it's crazy. Like he reminds me of like, I don't want to use that term cause it's not like he's literally on steroids, but he's like Bam Bam Bigelow on steroids. Like Bam Bam was so agile and stuff for the time, like in the 90s, but Keith Lee turns that up, so much. And, I'm just happy that, he's getting some burn. I'm glad he's getting some shine because it was a little bit of time where he was in NXT and we didn't really see him as much. So,
no.
so
I
that's
mean,
good.
I feel like we'll see where they go with him. But again, when everybody's like saying, "Oh, AEW this and NXT that and da da da," da and saying how bad such and such is, and sometimes you just gotta let shit breathe, y'all.
I'm gonna let it
And
breathe, but I'm gonna be critical. I'm gonna be very critical.
you're allowed to.
Yes, I'm telling you, Val, if you watch it, I'm telling you, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, well, you're gonna have your own opinion on it. But I think AEW is in some trouble, and they need to right the ship. And the only reason, the only reason that I'm kind of the way I am is because they were talking so much shit when it started. The first 2 weeks, they were like popping bubbly, and what happened with all that Thronebreaker shit that Cody was talking at fucking Double or Nothing, and now when people call him out on Twitter, he's playing this like, oh, let's just watch everything, like everything's good, everything's okay. And it's like, no, bro, you told us in May that we were breaking the throne down, so, and that's just my only opinion. And I feel like OJ when he's on Twitter, but yeah.
Please, no. The only thing you're murdering is the weed.
The weed is actually calling my name now, because I will say this I haven't smoked this whole show.
Oh, well, props to you, my friend.
Yeah, I know. Man, geez Louise, yeah. So I'm going to smoke. I'm going to drink some more Spindrift sparkling water. What is this? Grapefruit?
Okay.
Hey, I had to get rid of the pop. No more pop for me.
Good boy.
So,
Good boy.
So we're doing.
All right. Well, you know what? Speaking of pop, I gotta go to my hotel. I'm staying over at the Pop Century, so I gotta roll into there. So.
Oh no, do your thing. Pop in there and pop in the bed.
Into Pop Century, take a little nap, then go to Star Wars in the morning at 4 a.m.
That's crazy. That's very white of you, but
shut the fuck up.
But I don't.
love you, you bastard.
I love you too. Go ahead and enjoy your time in Disney, because I'm pretty sure you're back in like 8 days.
No, like
2 days.
Okay, like 10 days, but 10 whatever. Days.
All right, go have fun.
All right, y'all. Scheduled for one fall. Represent.